Did you know that 40% of all cancer cases could be prevented with simple dietary changes? While the pharmaceutical industry profits billions from cancer treatments, Nature's Pharmacy offers powerful protection at a fraction of the cost. Today, I'm revealing the 16 foods proven by scientific research to have potent cancer-fighting properties. Pay special attention to food number 10. The way most people prepare it actually destroys its cancer-fighting compounds. But I'll show you the simple 15-minute trick that multiplies its effectiveness tenfold. Your daily diet might be feeding cancer cells without you even realizing it. Every time you consume refined sugar, processed foods, and white flour products, you're creating the perfect environment for cancer to thrive. Cancer cells consume sugar at up to 200 times the rate of normal cells. It's literally their preferred fuel. This is why many cancer patients show elevated blood sugar levels even before diagnosis. Cancer cells have a unique metabolism called the Warburg effect. Unlike healthy cells that primarily use oxygen for energy, cancer cells prefer fermentation of glucose, sugar, even when oxygen is present. This inefficient process requires cancer cells to consume massive amounts of glucose to sustain their rapid growth and division. When you flood your body with simple carbohydrates and refined sugars, you're essentially providing unlimited fuel for potential cancer growth. The foundation of cancer prevention starts with eliminating or severely limiting refined sugars and processed foods from your diet. Instead, focus on consuming complex carbohydrates from whole food sources that release glucose slowly and contain protective compounds. The 16 foods I'm about to share create an internal environment where cancer cells struggle to survive while healthy cells thrive. According to a landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, researchers found that people with the highest blood sugar levels had a 26% higher risk of developing cancer compared to those with the lowest levels. Another study from the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center demonstrated that dietary sugar intake directly increases tumor growth and metastasis in breast cancer patients. One of my patients, a 57-year-old man, came to me after being diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. His diet was primarily processed foods, sodas, and sweets. After eliminating sugar and incorporating the foods I'm about to share with you, his follow-up tests 6 months later showed remarkable regression in his tumor markers. His oncologist was shocked by the improvement from dietary changes alone, calling it unexplainable by conventional treatment expectations. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of cancer development. When your body remains in a state of low-grade inflammation for years, cell DNA damage accumulates, potentially triggering cancer growth. Many people rely on anti-inflammatory medications that come with serious side effects when used long-term. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it creates a dangerous internal environment. Pro-inflammatory cytokines damage cellular DNA, while oxidative stress disrupts normal cell function. This combination creates the perfect storm for cancer initiation and progression in various organs. Turmeric contains a powerful compound called curcumin that has been extensively studied for its remarkable anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Just 1 teaspoon daily can significantly reduce inflammatory markers in your body and actively inhibit cancer cell growth. Curcumin works through multiple mechanisms to fight cancer. It reduces inflammation, induces cancer cell death, prevents the formation of blood vessels that feed tumors, and even enhances the effectiveness of chemotherapy. A comprehensive review in the journal Anti-Cancer Research analyzed over 1,700 studies and found that curcumin effectively inhibits the growth of various cancer types, including breast, prostate, lung, and colorectal cancers. At the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, researchers demonstrated that curcumin can prevent cancer formation, slow its spread, and increase the effectiveness of conventional treatments. One remarkable case involved a 62-year-old woman with breast cancer who was advised to undergo immediate surgery. She began taking turmeric daily while waiting for her operation. When doctors performed new scans before surgery, they were astonished to find that her tumor had shrunk by 80% in just 8 weeks. While I can't claim turmeric will have the same effect for everyone, this case demonstrates its potential as a powerful anti-cancer agent. Free radical damage is silently attacking your cells every single day, causing DNA mutations that can lead to cancer. Environmental toxins, processed foods, stress, and even normal metabolism produce these destructive molecules. Most people have no idea their cells are under constant attack until cancer is already developing. Free radicals are unstable molecules missing an electron. They steal electrons from healthy cells, causing a chain reaction of cellular damage. This oxidative stress is particularly harmful to DNA, potentially causing mutations that disable tumor suppressor genes or activate oncogenes that promote cancer growth. Your body produces antioxidants naturally, but their production decreases with age and poor diet. Green tea and berries contain some of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet. Green tea is rich in catechins, particularly EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, which has been shown to kill cancer cells while leaving healthy cells untouched. Berries like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries contain anthocyanins and ellagic acid that actively prevent cellular damage and can even induce apoptosis, programmed death, in cancer cells. A study published in the journal Cancer Prevention Research found that women who drank green tea regularly had a 20-30% lower risk of developing breast cancer. Another study from Harvard School of Public Health showed that consuming just 3 servings of berries per week reduced cancer risk by up to 34%. The American Institute for Cancer Research has consistently listed both green tea and berries among their top cancer-preventing foods based on overwhelming scientific evidence. I had a 71-year-old patient with precancerous lesions in his prostate. His doctor recommended watchful waiting before considering more invasive procedures. During this time, he began consuming 3 cups of green tea daily and a cup of mixed berries every morning. After 6 months, his follow-up biopsy showed complete regression of the precancerous cells. His urologist documented the case as an unexpected but welcome result. Your body is constantly exposed to carcinogens in food, water, air, and household products. These toxins can trigger DNA mutations and cancer growth if not properly detoxified. Unfortunately, modern lifestyles overwhelm our natural detoxification systems, allowing these cancer-causing compounds to accumulate and damage our cells. Your liver is your primary detoxification organ, using a 2-phase process to neutralize harmful compounds. Phase 1 converts toxins to intermediate forms, which are often more reactive and damaging than the original toxins. Phase 2 then neutralizes these intermediates by attaching other molecules to them, making them water-soluble for elimination. Without proper nutritional support, these systems become inefficient, allowing carcinogens to damage cells. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds called glucosinolates that boost both phases of liver detoxification. When chewed or chopped, these vegetables release an enzyme called myrosinase that converts glucosinolates into sulforaphane, a potent anti-cancer compound. Similarly, garlic contains allicin and other sulfur compounds that enhance detoxification and directly kill cancer cells. A meta-analysis published in the Annals of Oncology reviewed 87 studies and found that high intake of cruciferous vegetables was associated with a 17% reduced risk of cancer overall. Most impressively, these vegetables reduced the risk of prostate cancer by 32% and colorectal cancer by 28%. For garlic, the Iowa Women's Health Study found that women who consumed garlic regularly had a 50% lower risk of certain cancers compared to those who rarely ate it. A 45-year-old patient of mine had a strong family history of breast cancer and tested positive for the BRCA1 gene mutation, significantly increasing her risk. Rather than immediate prophylactic surgery, she chose to adopt a comprehensive prevention plan including daily consumption of cruciferous vegetables and garlic. After 3 years, her breast tissue density, a risk factor for cancer, decreased by 36%, and her oncologist noted significant improvements in her inflammatory markers and immune function. Your immune system is your body's natural defense against cancer, but poor diet, stress, and environmental factors can weaken it severely. Every day, your immune cells detect and destroy potential cancer cells before they can grow. When this surveillance system fails, tumors develop and spread undetected. Immune surveillance is your body's constant patrol system, identifying and eliminating mutated cells before they become cancerous. Natural killer NK cells and T lymphocytes are particularly important in this process. These immune cells need specific nutrients to function optimally, including beta-glucans, selenium, zinc, and B vitamins. Without these nutrients, cancer cells can evade detection and establish themselves in the body. Medicinal mushrooms like shiitake, maitake, and reishi contain beta-glucans that specifically activate NK cells and macrophages, enhancing their cancer-fighting abilities. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and amaranth provide B vitamins and selenium essential for immune function. Legumes such as lentils, beans, and chickpeas contain zinc, fiber, and resistant starch that support both immune function and gut health. With 70% of your immune system located in your gut, this connection is critical for cancer prevention. Research from the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center found that beta-glucans from medicinal mushrooms increased natural killer cell activity by up to 300% in cancer patients. A large-scale study published in JAMA Internal Medicine followed over 367,000 people and found that those consuming the most whole grains had a 17% lower risk of cancer-related death. For legumes, the European Prospective Investigation into Cancer and Nutrition, EPIC, found that higher legume consumption was associated with a 19% reduced risk of digestive tract cancers. I worked with a 67-year-old lymphoma survivor who had completed chemotherapy, but was experiencing slow recovery and compromised immunity. We implemented a diet rich in these immune-supportive foods with daily medicinal mushroom consumption, whole grains at every meal, and legumes at least twice daily. Within 3 months, his white blood cell counts normalized and his recurring infections stopped completely. 5 years later, he remains cancer-free with immune function testing in the optimal range for his age. Chronic inflammation is a silent killer, creating an internal environment where cancer thrives. Most Western diets are heavily skewed toward pro-inflammatory omega-6 fats and deficient in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats, creating a perfect storm for cancer development. This imbalance affects everything from gene expression to immune function and cell membrane health. The ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids should be between 1.1 and 4:1. But the typical Western diet provides a ratio of 15.1 or even 20.1. This imbalance activates pro-inflammatory pathways and turns off anti-inflammatory genes. Inflammation then damages DNA, impairs immune surveillance, and creates an environment where cancer cells can escape detection and destruction. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, which has anti-inflammatory properties similar to ibuprofen, without the side effects. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide EPA and DHA, the most bioavailable forms of omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts contain the plant-based omega-3 ALA, along with polyphenols and melatonin that specifically target breast cancer cells. Together, these foods help restore proper inflammatory balance and create a hostile environment for cancer cells. The Pridimed study, one of the largest nutritional studies ever conducted, found that women who consumed the most extra virgin olive oil had a 68% lower risk of breast cancer. Research published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute demonstrated that people with the highest blood levels of omega-3 fatty acids had a 43% lower risk of developing colon cancer. For walnuts, a study from Marshall University found that consuming just 2 ounces of walnuts daily reduced breast tumor growth by 80% and reduced risk of cancer development by 40% in animal models. One of my most striking cases was a 59-year-old woman with inflammatory markers in the danger zone and several precancerous skin lesions. After incorporating a Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil, fatty fish, and walnuts, her inflammatory markers normalized within just 8 weeks. More impressively, her dermatologist documented regression in several precancerous lesions that had previously been progressing despite conventional treatments. He noted in her chart, unexpected improvement, continuing dietary approach before considering surgical intervention. Your body has remarkable cancer-fighting abilities when given the right tools. Start incorporating these powerful foods into your daily diet. And remember, what you remove from your diet is just as important as what you add. Share this video with someone you love who needs this life-saving information. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to preventing cancer naturally.